Another bomb for Disney. Secret Invasion is currently the lowest rated MCU TV show on Rotten Tomatoes. So yes, it is a bomb. An undeniable bomb. It's boring. I reviewed it. It's a spy espionage series for dummies. That's essentially what it is. It just is not good. Really dumbed down. Not that deep. No stakes. It's not serious. And you're just making Nick Fury. I'm disenfranchised. I'm scared. Oh, God. Come on. This stuff writes itself these days. We know exactly what's going to happen. So, let's take a look. Rotten Tomatoes is not the be-all and end-all. Of course it's not. Like, we know that. But, when you're looking at it like for like, comparing things, it's a good metric to see what people are interested in. And it does seem people are checking out from Marvel. Or superheroes in general. Now, this article is quite astute, to be honest. You know, in highlighting the fact that there was basically no hype around Secret Invasion. There genuinely wasn't. There just isn't any... I mean, I remember a few years ago, you know, before Endgame, each Marvel movie had almost become an event unto its own. Oh, that next Marvel movie's coming out. Oh, yeah, got to see that. Oh, yeah, well, let's have a look at that stinger at the end. Oh, this is getting good, you know. There was, embedded in pop culture at the time, Marvel had become this big behemoth that you had to watch. And there was always hype. There was always some hype around any movie. Secret Invasion, nothing. And it is diminishing. There is diminishing hype surrounding each and everything that comes out now. And I do think, you know, it signifies that people are realistically just checking out from superhero stuff. So no hype for Secret Invasion prior to its debut. And this article was like, well, likely because it wasn't introducing an exciting new superhero. No, because it wasn't marketed properly. The marketing that it did have promised it to be this, you know, dark, dour, ooh, it's going to be, ooh, a real deep thriller spy. And then it released and you're like, huh? This isn't that either. You get Nick Fury talked down to all the time. So the marketing campaign itself, there wasn't really any, in fairness. Barely any. So critics are weighing in on it, but also so is the audience, and they're not really liking it. Now, there's the first 2 episodes from critics, but the audiences have released now. They're releasing their reviews for episode 1. So, a total of 98 reviews from critics. Secret Invasion was at 63% on the tomato meter. Now is at 64% with 104. Still not good. So as a result, it is quite easily the lowest rated. Because even, right, Ms. Marvel, for critics, they loved it, 98%. She-Hulk, again, critics loved it, 80%. Now loads of people would go, yeah, well, they like it. You know, the critics like it means that the audience should, or the critics dislike it, sorry, means the audience should like it. It's just not, it's not true. It doesn't, you know, go like for like sometimes. But yeah, people interested, you know, there's some stuff here. A well-deserved showcase for Samuel L. Jackson. Secret Invasion steadies itself after a somewhat slow start by taking the MCU in a darker, more mature direction. Yeah, spy espionage for dummies. It's important to remember that additional reviews will be counted in the weeks ahead and when the season ultimately concludes. So currently, still the lowest rated. Massively. And again, you know, we look at the audience score, for instance, because that's what most people care about. Boring and pointless. Again, positive. You know, first episode was an epic introduction to the story. I enjoyed the first episode and have faith that the series will live up to its enormous potential. Enormous potential of them not adapting the source material, you mean? Because that's what they've come out and said. Disney and Marvel has done it again. They took one of the best storylines in Marvel Comics and turned it into a horribly scripted, boring and awful butchery of what could have been a massive success for Marvel. Jackson acts like he's phoning in his performance, You can see the issues of not having a significant budget. Almost half the scenes in the first episode take place in dimly lit rooms. That is, you can't argue with it, that is actually true. What an awful start to a series. Instead of a cracking spy thriller, we get this mess filled with plot holes and washed up Nick Fury. A loved character played by a legendary actor is insulted again and again in the first episode and is portrayed as weak, unsure of himself, and just incompetent. Again, that is true. But again, you know, excellent opening so far. People do like it, for sure. So much absurdity. So far off the original Skull-Kree storyline. While both are bad for humans, Skrulls were definitely worse. Now there are good Skrulls and bad Skrulls. If the bad Skrull hang out at radioactive sites, you can find them anywhere by the residual radiation. I did not even think about that. What an idiot. Why did I not think about that? That's so good. Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury can be clandestine in Russia and supposedly did in the Cold War, despite his skin colour. That is true as well. The darker and more mature tone is a step up for the Marvel TV series universe. Alright. Good times. Basically, not a good series. Thus far. I loved it. Can't wait to see how this all plays out. Alright. Alright then. Yeah, funny. Plays more like a generic spy show than an MCU superhero show. So why'd you give it a 3.5 stars? How bizarre. What if Marvel cared about their fans? Then this would not exist. Getting brilliant. So again, like I said, people do like it. But all in all, it's not going down well. 64 and 75 is not great. But it'll be interesting to see how it pans out and whether this develops, it gets worse, it gets better as we go on. You know, episode by episode. What do you guys think? Have you seen it? Let me know down below. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? I'd love to hear your thoughts, genuinely. So, yeah, leave your thoughts down below. If you're new here, please do hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. Also, check out my second channel down below in the description box called Mistakes Reviews Live Archives. It's where my podcast goes up. And you'll really like it. We have good conversations there with various individuals. And it's a bloody good time. Cheers, guys. Take care.